No had any key. Down there was surely no precautionary. Its portion of the image how now points to a big submarine landslip creature, the reason of Saturday's destructive tsunami in the Sunda Passage. Of year, everyone in the area will include been aware of Anak Krakatau, the volcanic mountain how founded in the sea canal fair less than rather than 100 year back. But its rumblings and eruptions include been outlined by regional expert as comparatively cheap scale and semi-continuous. In some speech, it's been portion of the backdrop. And yet it is so named how volcanoes include the power to produce big wave propagation. The arrangement as always is the movement of a big amount of water supply. Besides, in comparison with in a classical quake-driven tsunami in that the seabed will traction up or downward, it seems an ejection occasion set in movement several type of slideshow. It is not precise at the phase if portion of the wing of the volcanic mountain has compressed in content incoming the sea and enterprising water supply front of it, or if motion on the wing has caused a fast fall in sludge by the water supply shallow. The last at the phase appears to be the growing unanimity, but the impact is the identical, the water supply kernel is broken and wave propagation spread outward. Tidal gauges in the Sunda Passage specify top water supply about part and time following Anak Krakatau's largest latter volcanic operation at approximately 21 o'clock regional period, 14 o'clock GMT, on Saturday night. This unique Krakatoa volcanic mountain blown and ruined himself in 1883 and with later has been house once again slow. As volcanoes construct, their sides can be volatile and crash though out of any volcano operation. As the slideshow displaces water supply, it generates a big wavelength, the identical way as if you come a bathtub of one party too rapidly. With tidal measuring device information, scientists include already started to pattern the tsunami. Previous results propose thing happened on the southern party of Anak Krakatau. The region will be the object of intensive study in the days and weeks front. Substance is not accessible. Landslip, or rockfall-driven tsunamis can be really big really. In the geologic recording, they include been accountable for gigantic events. Fair newly in Greenland in 2017, a 100 meter, 330 foot, wavelength was manufactured by a landslide incoming a fjord in the western of the nation. And down there is yet several suspect how September's enduring tsunami how struck Sulawesi Isle in Indonesia was, in portion at low, intensified by the massive motion of sludge, each incoming the water supply of beach or sliding downward submarine slopes in Palu Gulf. In the coast towns how link the Sunda Passage, wave propagation as top as 5 include been informed by eyewitnesses. But though large, these wave propagation can as well squander rather rapidly as they go off of their resource. One of the largest painful things on occasions love the is to see live video of human beings' departure on their lives fully ignorant of which is on to hit them. If down there had been a main quake tremor related in the ejection on Anak Krakatau, the might include been quite too quick lot original inhabitants to get non-committal activity. But though down there was seismic informed by susceptible tool, it wasn't big quite to changing human beings' behavior. And you very include to trust on oneself in an vacuum in cases love the since the range of the resource of the tsunami is so brief. Substance is not accessible. Tsunami precautionary buoys are installed to alert of tsunamis born by earthquakes at submarine fault platter boundaries. Though if down there had been such a beacon order following to Anak Krakatau, the is so shut to the struck shorelines how precautionary times would include been minimum taking into account the top speeds at that tsunami wave propagation journey, observable Professor Dave Rothery of the UK's Outdoor College. Which an occasion love the one, or the one at Palu town that as well trapped the people unexpectedly, teaches us is how down there as necessary to be far more than inquiry in the hazards how already exist off of the anticipated dangers in the area. Huge study force has lost in insight which are named subduction earthquakes and tsunamis, such as the 2004 calamity that born on the Sunda ditch, wherever one fault platter rich man by else. The scientific now as necessary to include more than of the broad problems in the area. Substance is not accessible. The acceptance was sounded firmly at the monthly's US Geophysics Association meet, the planet's greatest yearly collection of land scientists. Attention is ever wherever the lighting is, Professor Herman Fritz, of the Georgia Institution of Technique in the U.S., said the meet. This attention has been on Sumatra and Java, on the big subduction trenches. The precautionary centers include as well been focus on how, since we've had big events such as Japan, 2011, Chile in 2010 and Sumatra in 2004. These are all classical subduction area events, so all has been geared to how, the scientific of the scientists and as well the warnings of precautionary centers. Substance is not accessible.